Happy Thursday, everybody. Cody Lefkowitz, the voice of your Capitals, here with Stephen Davis and Ricky Lyle. Guys, I guess the first thing that everybody's wanting to know is what have you been up to here since the quarantine began?
I've done basically nothing for like 4 weeks, more than a month now, and it's kind of getting a little out of hand how like little I'm doing and how like unproductive I am as a person, and like I don't know, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, I've been I had took a couple of weeks off once I got home, but quick turnaround for me. I don't really have much of a summer to do much workout and shooting and that stuff, so I kind of jumped right into it, getting workouts done, getting back in condition. So it's been kind of a grind here for the past month.
Rick got a haircut too. I don't know if you noticed. He got a haircut.
Yeah, I got a very large haircut.
Yeah, he got a haircut. So
It was really long before.
yeah, it's big.
Boot camp starts, in late May, early June for you? So haircut's necessary.
June 29th. I had in June 29th, so, or at least we're supposed to as of now. So we'll see if that stays the way it is.
I haven't heard much about how Army recruited it, but I know I heard when Air Force recruited people, they mentioned that it was like a 2-week camping trip out in the middle of the woods, stuff like that instead of boot camp. But that's probably one of the funnier ways that I've heard it put.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. They didn't really talk about that. They kind of talked about hockey, but I had a cousin who went to West Point a couple of years ago, and he definitely told me what that first 6 weeks were like, and I don't know, I was intrigued by it and I wasn't really scared by it, so I was just like, all right.
It's vacation for Rick.
Hard work means nothing to him. He does it all the time.
Vacation.
And then Steve, for you, I mean, you're possibly going into Boston College next year. I don't really know.
I am.
You are for sure. Okay. I know that was sort of up in the air. Didn't really know. It always depends on sort of what they need and how your development went. And
yeah, for sure.
Pretty good year here in Madison. So.
Yeah, for sure. So, and I mean, it's all figured out now. Got a little hectic once the season ended so early. I mean, they had a good year this past year. I think it was pretty disappointing for them. Like season ending early, I think they had a good chance to make it pretty far. So, it was a little hectic for a little bit, but they're kind of looking forward now to next year.
So I guess on that note, then, now that you know you're going in, it's going to be a lot of work. When are you going to start ramping up these hockey workouts? What are you going to do for them?
Well, I mean, I've been working out, but it's like what you can do and what you can't do is a little difficult now. It's like, prison workouts just into my basement point, because like, there's no gyms open or anything. I mean, I just like whenever I can get back on the ice, like I'd like to skate. Like that's the thing. It's like I'd like to get back on the ice and like get in an actual gym, like instead of doing Ricky Lyle workouts where I just do push-ups on my knuckles. Like I'd like to get into the gym.
Have you been following the Jason Johnson workouts?
Yeah, I started watching one of them, and I think I had to throw my I had to restart my laptop when I saw like him. I was like on Twitter and I saw him like trying to give instruction. I was like, this is so bad that I got to restart my laptop and like clear my memory.
Well, it's not going to stop. So being at home, I think they're pretty good.
Yeah, no, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Just it's like I don't know, just flashbacks to when him working us out during the season.
Obviously, those are conditioning, those are strength, all those sort of workouts. But how have you guys been keeping your hockey skills up? I know some guys just like to take a stick and they just stick handle and stuff like that. But do you guys have nets? Have you been shooting? Have you been putting any holes through windows like Stepan Picorni did?
I broke my back windshield of my car.
The red car?
Yeah, the back windshield broke it.
Were you aiming for it?
No, like it hit the post and then hit the back. Like I shouldn't have put, like the car was parked right next to the net. So like that's totally on me. But like,
what about you, Ricky?
See, my brother played before me, and so when we built kind of like a little shooting area with shooter tutor that we had. We got that when I was like 10, so it's torn to shreds now, honestly. But we've built kind of a baseball type batting cage net behind it, so it doesn't really, if it deflects anywhere, it doesn't hit. My dad doesn't want me hitting his house, and he's been super smart about it. So we've put some work into it, but the ground finally unfroze a couple weeks ago from up here, so we were able to get the posts in. So
That's good. Yeah, I know. Obviously, neither of you guys are in Wisconsin. Steve, you're out in Massachusetts. Ricky, up in Duluth, Minnesota. But it snowed here. I think it was last week. I mean, we're almost into May, and we're still seeing snow. Have you guys seen any of that as well?
It snowed here like last week. It snowed one day, and then it was all melted the next day. Like the next day, it was like 65 degrees, just all melted. But it's like not been that great of weather. It's like 40s, low 40s, pretty much every day.
it's been weird up here. I mean, we had snow actually this morning, but we also had snow, I think it was Monday, and it was super sunny and nice out, and I was out on a field doing some running exercises, and then within like 10 minutes it was downpouring with snow, and then about 30 minutes later it was bright and sunny and sunshine again. So it's a lot of weird weather up here. We've had it almost every week, some snow.
With the season ending the way that it did and just ending so early, how weird was it for you guys? Obviously, it was you guys came in for practice one day, and then Coach Garrett Suter sort of just said, we can't jump on the ice, grab your stuff, go home right now. And you just went to your billet houses. But I mean, how weird was that? What was the process?
Well, there was just like really no closure to anything. Like we showed up, and we thought we were going to Lincoln that day, and we all had our gear on. Like, and I think the night before was when, like, as far as like watching the news, things were really starting to ramp up. And I think like the night before, I remember being like, okay, there's a chance we're not going to go on this road trip. I never thought that we would never come back. Like, I don't think that crossed many people's minds. It's like the next day we showed up and we just like all went home, and that was it. I mean, like we never saw, like the team never came back together after that because we just couldn't. So the fact that there was just no closure to it was super weird. It was like so sudden that it was kind of tough because there was just no closure, like that feeling of like actually finishing the season we didn't have. So
yeah, and you guys are two big faces in the community in a sense. You guys, whenever we had you go somewhere, never complained, never did anything. We're more than happy to go, and those are definitely things that obviously we're going to miss from a team perspective, but I'm sure the community will miss as well. And even I think it was a month left. I think that's all we had, and even with that, just the family that you guys built here in the community, it's tough to see you guys go.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough to go. I mean, we had a bunch of really good season ticket holders that kind of grew to be kind of like family away from family, and especially to kind of have that shortened season. We had like there were plans to do stuff and kind of hang out and be around each other for another month and a half, and those kind of get cut short. And then with the whole pandemic, not really being able to see anybody, yeah, it's tough. Because it's yet again you're kind of moving away from another family.
And it was a time you guys were getting ready. You were in the midst of a 3-game win streak. Obviously, took out the 18 Team USA, the final 2 games.
We were scalding hot at the time. Scalding hot.
Steve, there are things that you say that I just find myself when watching hockey or talking to other guys on the team just bringing up. I know a couple weeks ago I had Jack and Ryan on the show, and I think we were looking at the flashback Friday of the first win against Youngstown. And you made that pass at the end, and every time that I hear you talk about making a pass, hard pass, crisp pass, tape to tape, every time. And it's that's exactly what that was.
Passes only, just hard tape to tape. That's what that was.
There are just certain things that you say and you've done this year that pop into my mind every time that we go through things. Let's go through, actually. I know I had you guys fill out the questionnaire for some of your top 5 stuff. Let's take a look at that. We'll start with some of your Netflix binges. And then to start, I mean, looking at it, I think you guys have House of Cards the same. Outside of that, nothing. And obviously you guys were roommates, so I thought that these would coordinate a little bit more. But Steve, you have some different shows in there that I haven't really seen from people. Obviously,
Well, yeah, that was kind of
Earth.
what I was looking for. You know, Ricky and I, like, we were roommates, but like, if you notice in my questionnaire, like, I don't play any video games, like, at all, like, whatsoever. And Ricky was, you know, he played a lot. So, like, you know, we were kind of on different programs as far as entertainment. And, you know, I don't like shows like House of Cards is like a show that you kind of really have to, like, watch in succession. Like, Meat Eater is a great show because you can just pick and choose what you want to watch, just jump right in, jump out. And not many people appreciate that show, and a lot more people should. So, like, if I have any recommendation, if people take anything from this Caps Chat Quarantine Edition, it's that Meat Eater is a great show, and everyone should give it a watch.
So with your picks, you have Meat Eater. I assume, I haven't even looked, I assume that Meat Eater is just, honestly, guys talking about different meats and, like, where they're from and the backstory of them.
No,
not even close.
You got it all wrong, man. You got it all wrong. So Meat Eater follows Steve Rinella, world-renowned hunter. And it can be a little bit, you know, if you're not into, like, watching hunting, it's kind of, you know, you get to watch him actually hunt animals and then eat the animals. Like, that's how the guy feeds his family and feeds himself, is just by hunting. So it's like, it's you get to watch the process of him hunting animals, and then, like, he's also a good chef too. So he makes, like, good food with these animals.
So between that and the chef show, then, how good of a cook are you? I guess
terrible. I can barely boil water. Like,
so was Ricky the one? If it was just you two at the house, that he'd have to make the meal for both of you, or is he just as bad?
He might be worse than me. I don't think I ever saw him cook anything. Like,
other than mac and cheese.
It was either like like the most I saw was mac and cheese, and then maybe, like, I think he would eat 9 bowls of cereal a day too.
What's the go-to cereal?
Cereal, no matter the time.
Huh?
What was the go-to cereal?
Oh, Reese's Puffs. There's Reese's Puffs and Frosted Flakes.
Gotta get strong like Tony the Tiger.
Exactly, that was the plan.
It was insane. He'd go through a box a week.
I asked that question a couple weeks ago, and it seemed like Ryan was the better cook than Jack was, but it was sort of in the same vein of, he could do mac and cheese and pasta, and that was really about it. So, Steve, can you at least beat that? Can you?
No, I can. The one thing I can do is I can make, like, really good scrambled eggs. Like, I can put together some high-end scrambled eggs. You know, probably breakfast is where I dominate, if I were to dominate in any area, but I don't. And then as far as, like, I mean, like, I can make a sandwich. I don't know if I can make pasta. Like, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know how. Trying to think about it is making my head hurt a little bit. So no, I don't think I could do pasta or mac and cheese. I don't know if I can handle that.
Pretty sure the instructions are on the box for the craft.
Yeah, I don't know. Part of it's the motivation too, Cody. You know, it's a lot of work just to get a bowl of mac and cheese.
Well, we had great billets too. The McElhaney's, I mean, if they knew we were kind of, like, getting hungry, they would always jump on the first opportunity to make us something, typically in the evening. So
no, they were
always
great.
Made great
stuff. They were great about, you know, we were really lucky. We had great billets. They were awesome, and always giving us they always made good food, and every night it was like home cooked meals. You know, they never got lazy with the way they cooked. Like, it was just good food for us. Like, always leftovers, plenty of food in the house, which, like, for junior hockey players is so important for us, just to have food around. Like, so you're never going hungry. Like, that's important, and they went above and beyond.
Getting back to the list a little bit, Ricky, let's take a look at yours now. I mean, obviously House of Cards, we said, duplicated. The Office, we've seen a couple times. All American, we've seen a bunch. And then the other two, Grey's Anatomy, NCIS, nobody's had yet. Those are shows, like Grey's Anatomy, like my wife watches. NCIS, like my dad watches. Like, sort of the older style of shows. Where'd those come from?
Well, Grey's Anatomy came from when I was younger. I was my plan was to be a doctor, right? Dream big, be a doctor. And so I always watched like medical shows and doctor shows and that stuff. And that kind of, I don't know, that one kind of stuck with me just because, I don't know, it kept on going and going and going. And NCIS kind of, I don't know, I liked the crime shows as well, being able to like search for it and think about where it is. It's got action to it. So I don't know, that one kind of stuck with me too. So, that's kind of where those came from. But the main ones are those other three, the House All American and House of Cards. So
Yeah, The Office, I think, is on. How many times through have you seen The Office?
I've seen it two times through, but I always get trapped into watching it multiple times when my brother comes home for Thanksgiving and Christmas because he watches it religiously, apparently.
It
So
seems to be the following.
Yeah.
It seems to be that everybody who has seen The Office once has seen The Office about 8 times. So,
Yeah.
Steve, not for you, not your show.
No, I've seen it once or twice. I like Parks and Recreation better. Similar concepts, similar. I like it a lot better though. Like I've probably seen Parks and Recreation all the way through like 8 or 9 times.
I've seen it once or twice. Both of those. It's funny. They sort of follow a similar style.
Yeah, they're very, very similar.
I'm not even talking in the sense of the show. I'm talking in the sense that the first season is very rough to get through for both of them.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Sure. So
100%.
The Office is tough too. The first season of The Office is tough too. They're both kind of.
Both of them. You have to really sit down and be like, I'm gonna watch it. Honestly, watch the whole first season in a day and just get it over with.
Yeah, you got to work for it.
Next up, we have guys movies. Starting off, sort of two totally different styles that we have going on here. I don't even know where to start, honestly.
Harry Potter 8 film collection, like, is that allowed? Like, you're supposed to be your top 5, and he put 12.
Are you a little mad about that? Do you wish that you had a collection to put on there?
No, I just think, like, if you're gonna pick Harry Potter, you got to pick one of the movies. Like, you can't.
Okay, I'll pick one.
Ricky, what's the favorite there?
And I'm a big Harry Potter movie fan too, so.
Easily the fourth, the Goblet of Fire.
Okay.
When Voldemort actually gets his body back.
That's a great movie. Yeah.
Steve, what's yours then, as a big Harry Potter
guy? I'd probably say The Half-Blood Prince.
Oh yeah, that's another good one.
It's a big one.
Brings it all together.
Brings it all together. Yeah.
I honestly don't know. I feel like I have to go with the first one just because it is the original and you sort of get to meet everyone and go through everything. But I don't know, Chamber of Secrets, when they're down there in the chamber seeing the snake, that was the basilisk. That was always one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah,
that's probably the scariest one, to be honest.
Yeah, that was me too.
Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah,
one
scary one.
Aside from there, though, I mean, we've seen a lot of Will Ferrell on the last couple of weeks, and obviously Ricky's staying suit with Step Brothers and Talladega Nights. First person,
I don't think
honestly.
Ryan Kerwin's actually ever seen a movie that doesn't have Will Ferrell in it.
Your list?
Ryan Kerwin's never ever seen a movie without Will Ferrell.
to get him to see a movie, they just superimpose Will Ferrell at certain times and make sure that he watches.
Yeah, like it could be any. If Will Ferrell's in it, like he's in.
Only reason he watched The Office was for the 2 episodes Will Ferrell was in it too.
Oh, those are awful.
I mean, I saw his top 5. It was like all 5 of them. Like there was nothing, no. Like I tried to give some movies that like maybe people haven't seen before. Like I'm trying to help people out here.
I'm telling you, and on your list, the one that stood out to me, and is probably my favorite recommendation of the 3 weeks we've been doing this, The Replacements. By far.
Phenomenal.
That's one of those movies. Every time it's on TV, I have to turn it on and watch it.
Phenomenal.
Oh,
phenomenal.
What's your favorite scene in that, and why is it the bar fight / the jail scene?
Well, I mean, first of all, that scene really describes the essence of what a team is. You know, it's like they're just on the field and off the field. They're sticking up for each other. You got to love that. And then they're also like singing and dancing in jail, you know, come together as a team. That's a great, great scene. I also love the scene when they're, I mean, I don't even want to spoil it. Like, I think people should watch it. Like it's a really good movie. I don't know if Rick's seen it, but I know
I don't
Ryan
think I
Cohen
have.
definitely has.
To recommend.
Yeah.
I feel like it's on like TBS or TNT almost every weekend.
Yeah,
so
a lot. Yeah, for sure.
just
Yeah,
sit down and flip through, you'll find it.
Yeah, actually, I did get Ryan Cohen to watch Surf's Up. That's my favorite animated movie ever.
Probably one of the animated movies I haven't seen.
Yeah, you're gonna want to give that a watch as well.
Yeah. Maybe right after this, that's what I'll do.
Yep, plenty of time.
And then Ricky, for you, I mean, you put it on there as the one movie, Miracle. First guy out of 6 hockey people we've talked to, first guy to actually put that on there.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm able to quote that entire movie. I mean, that is who my family was, and when we watched that, I think maybe 2 or 3 times a winter when I was younger. So it brings back memories of just me as a little kid, but also kind of a reminder of the work that has to be put in for the goals that I have.
And I guess on that, you guys got to play in the Miracle on Ice game this year. We haven't really talked about it, but first one, only one for both of you. What was that like, getting to don the USA jersey, take on Russia, and end up pulling off the win against Green Bay USSR?
That was just a tremendous game because like there was definitely a different energy about the team. We were really excited for that. Like you could tell before the game. I mean, it was just a different energy, and it was packed at the rink too. And wearing those jerseys was really cool. It was pretty special, and there was just such a different energy. It was really competitive game. Like it was probably one of the more fun games of the year. Even just to be a part of. Like everyone was really into that game, and there was just a different energy, and it was awesome. Yeah, it was an awesome game.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it kind of, looking back at it now, it kind of sprung us forward a little bit, because coming out of there, after those 2 games against the Green Bay team, it kind of, we got some momentum going. I mean, after that, obviously we strung together the 3 wins versus Team USA, but before that, we had 2 games against Chicago, which weren't necessarily terrible for us, but it was kind of just a fun spring forward for us.
Do we think that Carson Bantle has an Oscar in his future with the way that he acted in that in the skit that we had and the little teaser going into that game? Does he have an award on his way?
No, I was not a fan.
Yeah.
I wanted, like, a couple things with that skit was like, I don't think he sold it like he should have. Like he should have been like more out of breath. Like, that's the scene. It's like you're tired and out of. He looked like he didn't even do one sprint. He literally looked like he got dressed and put his USA jersey on, and then you filmed that. Like he didn't. It was like he wasn't even trying. Honestly.
Let's see if you can give it a go. What's the Steven Davis version gonna look like?
No, I mean, like, I got to be in. I'm not gonna do it. It's just like it's got to happen. Like, I wanted to be like the doc. I wanted to be the doc and be like, oh,
you kept asking.
Somebody's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do.
I love it. Hearn came out with the towel as the backup goalie and put it in.
That was awesome.
He was all in, probably more than anyone, 100%.
Yeah, well, we all took our visors off our helmets too. Yeah.
He even did that, actually. I don't know if a lot of people noticed, but during the game, he actually had the towel there as well, sitting on the bench.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, we had him to that too. Yep.
That's a kid with some personality, also. And then the last one, obviously, Steven, you don't do video games, so we went straight into music. So we'll start off. Steven Davis, "White Wedding" by Billy Idol. How pumped does that get you for a game?
Yeah, we used to listen to it in the locker room before games. Just off the walls. Just get that song going, and like, I think we were flying in warm-ups when that song was played before. Like, I used to probably be the fastest guy in warm-ups.
Let's see. Sorry, it's acting weird now. There we go. Okay, you guys can see that, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, perfect.
Here.
Yeah, so obviously White Wedding, a mixture for you, a little bit of rock, a little bit of country. the boss. I mean, everyone.
Yeah, I'm a big Bruce Springsteen fan, and I
Mhm.
like a lot. I'm a big classic rock fan, like a huge classic rock fan, and I'm a country fan. I don't really listen to rap. You know, I don't really like. I stay in country and classic rock. Like those are my two genres. I'm pretty selective, pretty close-minded too. Like I'm not willing to try listening to new music.
Should have talked with Andrew a little more. He's a huge Boss fan.
Yeah, I'm a big Bruce Springsteen fan, and I know I chose like that song's pretty more of a lesser known one. So you know, I'm trying to I chose some songs that are maybe a little like Backstreets is pretty lesser known Bruce Springsteen song if you're not a big fan.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he named his dog Bruce after Bruce Springsteen. Don't quote me on it, but I'm fairly confident in that one.
Yeah, we should have talked about that. I'm kind of mad that we didn't. Like, I'm gonna call him. I'll call him. Like,
you'll call him.
I'll
Make sure you talk about it.
Yeah, I'll call him after.
And then Ricky, on your side, you sort of substituted Davis's classic rock for rap. But still a couple of country songs in there. American Country Love Song by Jake Owen, Pontoon by Little Big Town. I got to see, I don't think I saw both of them actually. I went to Country Thunder years ago.
Really?
And Jake Owen had a broken arm at the time. Still amazing. Little Big Town, thought they were a little boring live. You know, they were very stationary.
Yeah, so that I would agree with that. I haven't really seen them in person live, but I've seen videos of them live from other friends. Yeah. I don't really move that much, but
good singers, but very stationary. The next three, there is no chance that I would have ever seen them live. That is not not my domain. But UCLA by R.L. Grimes, I feel, when we gave you guys a questionnaire at the beginning of the year, was on half of the list as what's your top song? What would be your like goal song or walkout song?
Yeah. Well, I know. I mean, it was played in our locker room a lot. I know. I mean, anytime Carson Bantle made a suggestion, that was one of the songs. So I mean, that one kind of grew on me throughout the year. But the other two kind of worked back to my high school days, just with my teams back then. So those grew on me too.
How often did you?
Cody, I don't know if you heard, but Ricky played high school hockey in Minnesota.
Did he?
I don't know if you heard that. I just want to.
I don't know if I ever heard that before.
I don't know if you spend 5 minutes with him, and you might hear about it a couple times.
How often did you guys get to control the music in the locker room?
Rarely, never. Ricky did actually for a while.
I did. Yeah, it would be between.
Never. I never wanted it though. That's a tough job. That's a really tough job.
It was between me, Stover, and Suits, but Stover would get kicked off very frequently.
Suits is good. Like Suits is good at playing music. He kind of caters to what everyone likes, and it's a really tough job. A lot of pressure involved. I think Ricky got kicked off too. I think
a couple times, yeah.
Yeah, I think a couple times you might have got kicked off, but you did a pretty good job too. But Suits kind of had the reins by the end of the year. He was consistent.
Suits has been around the block, 4-year veteran in the league. I mean, it makes the most sense that he's the guy that gets control.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got a good, he knows a lot of music. Like he's a big music fan. So,
how often did any of the European players get control?
Never. I was just about to bring that up. Yeah,
I feel like that's something that Steve would have pushed for. Is like, Goose, let's go. Let's hear some Swedish music.
No. Like the minute Goose, like I think Goose actually like whatever this iPod outline is that you're putting the songs on. I think he has like an iPod shuffle. He doesn't have. That's how
he actually took this. Just took a picture of.
Yeah, that's Goose's. You put a cap sticker on a button. Yeah, that's Goose's.
So they never got it. You guys never got.
They never got it.
Well, Jan Stabinger, he had it a couple times when he was like kind of by himself sometimes, and you'd hear it while you'd be somewhere else in the locker room asking, "What is this music?"
Yeah, kind of scary. Probably not made for TV. Whatever he's listening to.
I could see that. He's a bit more of an aggressive guy. No filter most of the time, so makes a lot of sense.
None.
Him and Stepan Pokorny would be the only ones who know what they were saying. So.
Was it
Yeah.
Czech music that he was playing then?
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, the first time I ever met Jan, because he came in October, and like, you know, I didn't really know what to make of him, and then he comes into the locker room like the first game he played with us, and he was wearing like, he had the big Beats headphones on, and he was like just singing at the top of his lungs like some Czech song that no one knew, like just like he was acting like we all knew it. But none of us speak Czech, and he just like walks in the locker room like belting this song, like wearing his suit, like we have a game. He's obviously pretty fired up, but just like belting the song like everyone knew it.
It's funny. That's typical. I could definitely see that happening though.
Oh yeah.
All right. Next up, I had some questions I threw together, and so I always love these. These are some of my favorite things that I get to do with you guys. So to start off, if you guys were to go into a tag team wrestling match with any guy on the team, he's your partner, who are you taking?
Brandon Suter.
Oh.
The partner. He's like, no one else. Brandon Suter, my guy for it.
I'd probably go somewhere with, either Brandon or Carson Bantle.
Couple weeks ago, Ryan and Jack said Carson. They were like, if he gets mad, if he gets going, he's the guy. But I told them, and early in the season when I asked this question, there were pretty much two answers, and it was either Brandon or it was Davis. They were like, Davis is just a brick house, stands back there, doesn't let anyone get by. He'd be good in a wrestling ring.
Another name I'd throw in there would be Vern. If he gets really mad enough, I could see Vern being good. But
see Vern throw the body. On that note of physicality, who on the team would be most likely to go in for a big shot, a big hit, and just completely whiff and hit the boards?
Steven wants to say me.
I'm gonna say Rick, because now Rick once a game will kill someone, like just kill someone, like one of the hardest. You're like, that is a huge hit. Once a game, absolutely murder someone. Sometimes 3 times, sometimes 4 times, but every now and again, he had some of the biggest misses I have ever seen. Because like as a forward, like he winds up in the neutral zone. Just gets ahead of Steve going, gets his feet going, and winds up like, and it's either someone's getting their head taken off, or their knees are gonna explode, or he's gonna go straight to the glass. Like that's one of the 3 options. And most of the time, like he smokes people, but sometimes like he will miss, and it's a big miss. But he's like, he doesn't miss that much, but like when he does, it's a big miss.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't really have that.
Like, I don't
we
know.
didn't have that many people.
I feel like T-Bone missed a good amount too. Like, I remember Goose against Cedar Rapids went up to the point and tried to finish his check.
Oh yeah.
And got his head taken off. Just got killed. And we watched the video the next day.
Yeah. We watched it on replay the next day.
It was probably like the worst attempted hit I've ever seen, because he wanted to hit a guy and got smoked. And he was just on his back instantly.
Coach had it on replay like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Yeah.
I think the only other guy that I could think really falls into that realm is Horbach, is Jack. I feel like he's another one of those forwards that winds up, gets his legs going and
flies around,
doesn't have the agility to stop himself.
Got a good motor on him. Yeah, sometimes I think he'll miss, but like it's all effective.
If you guys were to go on a road trip and come back, who's most likely to leave their stuff on the road?
Well, funny you asked that, because for some reason, every road trip that I sat next to Pokey in the locker room in Green Bay and Chicago, and then another like pretty close road trips, I think he forgot parts of his equipment every time I sat next to him. Like he would forget something, and it was pretty amazing. It's like,
he'd think that he had forgotten it.
Yeah, or think about it and like walk around for 15 minutes and like look for it and realize you had it all along. Like it's like, man, you have one job, and that's to put your bag on the bus with everything in it and get on the bus. Like it's not that hard.
Ricky,
I'd
going
say
with
he's
the
the guy.
third?
If like he forgot the whole bag, like I think I wouldn't be surprised if it was him. Jan's also up there, and honestly, Goose too. Actually, all the Euros.
Yeah, I would agree with that too.
If you guys were to go to like a sad movie, I know in Youngstown, I think it was, we sent you guys in to watch the Adam Sandler movie. Who's most likely to cry at that movie?
That's a great question.
Oh, that's a
great
hard one.
question. That is
Who's got
really
the feels?
hard.
Who's in touch?
I could see Hunter Weiss crying.
I could see Esmond.
Yeah, but I could see Esmond crying at like a comedy at a weird time. And you're just like, why are you crying, man? It's just, I don't know. I could see him doing it at a weird time. I don't know. It's a really good question. Like, I could see Hunter Weiss crying though in a weird way. Like
he's a big teddy bear sometimes. Yeah.
I don't know. In my mind, obviously I never went into him. I feel like Stover might have a little bit of that. Like Stover's a really funny guy. He can shrug off a lot of things, but I feel like if there's something that's sad, I feel like it can hit him right in the heart, and he'd be there.
I could see that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I don't know. It's a tough question. I mean, like for any of us to cry in the movie, it's probably gonna have to be pretty sad.
Yeah, it's got to be something like the Green Mile or something like that.
Yeah, something really, really sad. I don't know. I think that's a pretty good bet. Like Stover, there's a chance he'd cry.
Who on the team would be most likely to drop their phone right after buying it?
Drop their phone after buying it. Good question.
Didn't Horbach have to go fix his phone like once or twice this season? And him and Ryan sat in the Apple store for like an hour and a half after practice one
I had
day.
to get mine fixed too. I have a tough phone. I don't have the best phone there is. I have like an older iPhone that's just kind of disgusting, but it's still there. Like,
We should just get you the Nokia brick. You drop that thing, it's still good.
Yeah. No, I think Goose once again. I think Goose would be the guy. Gets a phone and just drops it in the ground or in like something. I'd probably pick Goose. That's probably my pick.
I'd probably say Horbach just because I think I've seen him drop it the most on our team.
Who out of the people that you've roomed with on the road, who's the best to room with?
Kerwin and I, we were good roommates. We roomed together in Youngstown and maybe two other places. We roomed together a few times, but every time it was good. He was a good roommate. Simple, watch TV, snacks,
I'd probably go with late. It's either Brock or Brockton Baker or Jack Horbach. Those were probably my two. I didn't get to test out Carson Banthel. Carson got taken out of my room in Youngstown because I was by myself.
Yeah, I roomed with Carson once. It was pretty good. He brought a lot of intensity though. It was kind of a little too much for me. A lot of intensity.
For you, that's sort of surprising.
Yeah, on and off switch, man. On and off switch, Cody.
I'll tell you, while doing a broadcast at home, I think the only person that I can ever hear yell is you. By far the only, and it's never at somebody on the other team. It's just coming back to the bench and giving a woo or something like that and being pumped about like a pass or a dump that you made into the zone.
Yeah, those are the little victories, man. That's little victories.
Little victories.
Yeah, I mean, like I really wish we could have mic'd up the bench. I mean, we had some characters on our team,
God,
and some of the stuff guys would say in games, like it was so funny, so fun. Vincent Weiss said some stuff in games that, like, in the middle of the game, you'd just start dying laughing, like in the middle of the game. Like I would come back for a shift, he'd say something, and I would just be in tears on the bench, just dying laughing.
And then if you guys were to sit down and have an eating contest, who on the team is taking that title home?
A what?
An eating contest.
I would.
Yeah, it would be easily
100%.
Easily Steven.
I think it's not even close.
No, I said it a couple weeks ago. I think Hunter Weiss might give you a run for your money. I just feel that whenever we went on the road, Youngstown sticks out to me more than anything. But whenever we were on the road and we would go to dinner or lunch or anything, he would be the one that was like, "All right, who has extra stuff? Who has?" And always try and grab everybody's leftovers.
Yeah, I do that. I just don't ask.
He just takes
take
it. Yeah, he does kind of just take it.
Yeah.
The hawk just sits there and looks around, and when he sees somebody step
I'll
up, just grab.
I'll tell you, on the front of the bus, I think we were coming back from Fargo, and it was like everyone was sleeping, and it was like an 8-hour ride. And at like 4 a.m, me and T-Bone sat next to each other, and I think we both woke up. Like, it was after the road trip. We both woke up, didn't say a word to either of each other, had like 7 bags of chips apiece, and fell right back asleep.
Oh my gosh.
Like, we both got up, just ate like 7 bags of Cheetos and went right back to sleep. Didn't say a word to either of each other, just like nodded, and that was it. It was just a mission. Like, we put some food away in the front of that bus after trips. I mean, no food was safe. We were lucky to have some fans that would help us out and like make some cookies at Christmas time, and those things would be gone pretty quick.
Yeah.
All right. I always like this one. Who do you guys feel is your own NHL comparison?
Oh.
I don't know, maybe Erik Karlsson.
That's a tough one. I'd probably go with someone along the lines of Zach Parise, kind of a guy who just kind of grinds his way through everything.
I feel who do you think that his would be, Steve?
I don't know. Like, it's got to be someone who like can really like hit hard. Like, I see a little I see a little like Tom Wilson there. Like,
that's who I was going to go with.
Right? Yeah.
Probably not as many goals, not as many points, but yeah, absolutely, like, just gunner.
Yeah, very effective, like just energy and physicality, but like also likes he could take a beating in front of the net too. Like, good on the power play because he can just take a beating in front of the net.
Like, I can see it.
Yeah, Tom Wilson. I think that's what I would go with for him.
That's the exact one that I had in my head was the human missile. Just run around and kick everyone around pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of energy.
All right. So between you two, obviously Billet brothers this year. So between you two, who takes longer to get ready?
I mean, it's like, I think we're both kind of in the same category. Yeah. Like, we kind of both operate on different schedules, like pretty drastically different schedules. Mm-hmm. Like, I woke up pretty early because I'm still in high school, so like I'd have to do some schoolwork in the morning. So I'd wake up pretty early. Rick would wake up at like 11, and then like just go to practice. And then we were just on different schedules though. But like, we kind of would roll out of bed sometimes. You would just go to like morning skate, no shower, nothing, just go.
Yeah, yeah.
A couple times.
We could get ready pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's all situational, I think. Like, if like before a game, like, yeah, it'll take a little longer. We're both in the same time frame though. Neither of us, like, it never became a problem ever. Like, plenty of time to use a bathroom or like anything. No one took that long.
Who took more time to get their gear on at the rink?
I think I would. There were days where I'd want to get out there super early, but there were also days where I would take my time and kind of just relax.
I don't know. I think I probably got dressed quicker.
Most days you'd probably get dressed quicker than I did.
Yeah.
But I mean, Hunter Weiss is the one kid who takes forever. But what he does is he doesn't start getting dressed until like 5 minutes before we're supposed to go out, and then he zips his gear on. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. Yeah.
Who had the messier room?
Steven did.
It's not like your room was that great either, though. Ricky had a bigger room than I did, right? So
yeah, that was true.
I mean, we both are really not clean. Like,
no, we weren't necessarily most clean, but because his room was smaller, his room looked way worse.
Yeah, it was a pit.
Until our parents came to town, and then we
whenever our parents would visit, we clean up and. But
who's more likely to
disgusting?
Who's more likely to take something of the other guys without asking?
We didn't really do any of that.
No, I feel like as far as
shirts, food, snacks, none of that.
No, as far as on our team, like I think we neither of us like ever took anything without asking, unless maybe it was like, no, I can't even think
if
of
there was. I mean, even if there was food, it would be like we'd get it and we'd be like, "Here, you can have some whenever you want."
It was definitely like I don't think there's any stealing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no stealing going on.
All right. Who is the bigger prankster between you two at the house?
At the house, not many pranks going on. I think I don't think Ricky likes to prank.
At the rink, yeah.
He likes to prank. Like he likes to prank. I don't like to prank at all. So, I mean, I didn't prank at the house. Neither of us really pranked at the house. I think maybe our billet dad would try and prank the guys.
Oh, with the broom thing?
Yeah, he would mess with us every now and then in fun ways. So,
Ricky, what was your favorite prank that you pulled at the rink then?
Oh, at the rink this year.
Yeah, he had a great one. He had a great one this year. He had an awesome one.
It was probably Pokey, right? And Pokey got really mad at me.
That was I
accidentally did 3 against him in one day because I'd forgotten about the other 2 that I did. So I put the classic clear tape on the skates. And then I put the water cup under his helmet, but then I also I put some biofreeze in his elbow pads, and so that stung him.
Did you put like peanut butter in his socks or something?
No, that was his retaliation to me. Putting Nutella in my socks.
But yeah, that's why I don't like to prank. Like I don't want to be in that. Like I do not want peanut butter in my socks. Like I'm gonna try to avoid that at all costs.
The worst one I remember was against Coach.
Yeah, that one was.
There was some.
That one didn't end well.
There was some political standpoints. Someone had gotten.
Yeah, we won't get into like the political aspect. Dude, just the fact of the matter is that Ricky decided to put a sticker, like a bumper sticker, on his back during practice. That was something he didn't like. Like he
didn't know about it until
he didn't know about it. Like I think
Johnson took a picture of it.
I think someone tried to do it to me first, and then I caught it and was like, "All right, like I'm throwing the sticker away." And I actually, like, me and Vern went over, skate over to the bench to try and find it because we were thinking about putting it on Will, and like we were like, "We'll put the sticker on Will," and it was just gone. We're like, "Where is this thing?" And then next thing I knew, I saw Coach, and he had it on his back, and I was like, "Oh my goodness."
Yeah, needless to say, I had some community skates that night.
Yeah.
That were not scheduled beforehand.
But it was legendary. Yeah.
Who's the better dancer between you two?
Definitely not me. Probably Rick.
Yeah. Sometimes. I mean, I'm not a great dancer as it is, but
definitely Rick. I'm terrible. Just terrible.
I feel that's only fair because Steve, after the first road trip when we got some rookie karaoke in there, I think we all know that you're the better singer. So
I can sing. I can sing. I was definitely the best singer on the team.
What's the go-to karaoke song?
My go-to?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't done enough karaoke. I mean, I did. What did I sing? I sang twice. I think I sang another.
You sang the fireworks.
Yeah, that was
by Katy Perry.
That was fun for the get everyone fired up. That was a fun one. Yeah, I like that. I'd probably do that again.
And then I don't remember what you sang for the team dinner.
I don't remember. Taylor Swift song? Maybe You Belong With Me? No.
Yeah, I think it was something Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Taylor Swift. But I would just always take requests. Like I was it was never. I don't think
he was always the first guy to be like, okay, give me a song, I'll do it right now.
Who is more likely to score the OT winner?
On a team base or like us?
Nope, just you two.
I mean, I think I would have advantage just because I'm a forward. But I mean, Steve had a pretty good goal this season.
Fantastic goal. Just in case anybody doesn't know, I think it's in, what is it, Cody? How far is it in the bracket? Is it still there? Is it made it through? Like,
it's still there. It's still making it through. I was actually going to pull some of that up. Yeah, we're in the final of each sort of like side of the bracket. So there's a Twitter bracket and a Facebook bracket, and we're at the final goal and the final save. And then the winner of those will face off, and then the winner of those will face the winner from the other bracket.
All right, so just any listeners, like, vote for me on Twitter for goal.
Mine's on Facebook.
And a lot of people don't understand is that situationally, I think my goal might have been the most important. I think we were tied in Youngstown, or maybe down.
I think we were down. Was it 2-1?
Yeah.
Like earlier, midway through the third period, and yeah, Carson found you, and
yeah,
first USH goal.
I also broke up a 3-on-2 to lead to that rush too, in case anyone was wondering. Like I saw a couple tweets, people.
I think the one that I have in the Facebook
was like, did he break up the play too? Yeah,
is that same game.
Yeah, he had a goal too. Rick had a goal. Did you
think your shootout one was?
That was the shootout. That was the shootout one, wasn't it? Was that the game that we won in a shootout?
Yeah, we won in a shootout.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that actually was it. I thought the yours was at home for some reason, but yeah,
Ryan Kerwin won it. Ryan Kerwin won it.
Mm-hmm.
The Night Fury.
The Night Fury.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the backstory behind that nickname?
Kerwin's had a couple nicknames because he's a really deadly shooter, just a deadly scorer.
Mm-hmm.
So Sue used to call him the poisonous mushroom, which is a fun one. And like Night Fury is, if you've ever seen the movie How to Train Your Dragon, and there's this black dragon, and it's called the Night Fury. And every time like they hear it go by, everyone like ducks and yells Night Fury, and like that's what Ryan Kerwin's like when he's just roaming around in the offensive zone looking to shoot the puck. He's just like ready to attack, just deadly.
What about you guys? Nicknames among the team and how you got them?
Rick had a couple.
I had. Well, I mean, it was always Pretty Ricky from Coach Suter.
Yeah.
That was like I don't even know how that happened, but that happened like day one of 30-man camp.
Pretty Ricky. Slick Rick.
That was another one, yeah.
Slick Rick.
There's obviously the whole like, yeah.
He was Private Rick for a while too.
Oh yeah, that one.
That was my favorite.
Mid-January, that one came through.
The Cadet was a great name too.
The Cadet was a good one. I like that.
That's a great name.
And then Steve, obviously you had a big one that obviously Coach gave you as well.
Yeah, that happened in Pittsburgh since I was number 52. That's actually who I'd say at my game most resembles Adam Foote from the Colorado Avalanche, who played years ago. That's who my game most resembles, and so I was number 52. And I think in Pittsburgh, like I hit someone pretty hard, and then Coach just started calling me Footsie, and it stuck. Like I didn't think it would, and I was hoping it wouldn't, and it did.
Growing to be accustomed to it and like it though, huh?
No, I like it now. Yeah, I definitely like it. I liked it by the end. Like it grew on me for sure.
That's good. And last question I have, between you two, who do you think's making it to the NHL first?
Steve.
Wow. I thought you both were going to fight for yourself.
I don't know. Rick's situation is a little different. If he goes to Army, like who knows? You know, he could be. Like, his situation's a little different. Like, my path would be like a little bit more straightforward, just because like there's a service element to going to Army too. So like that's kind of gonna be, he's got to kind of work his way around that. You know, when I can just like go to college, and if I have a good enough college career, hopefully play pro hockey. Like
He can leave.
Rick's going to
a lot
Army
sooner
to
than you.
not just be a hockey player, and you know he's it's a lot more of that. There's a lot more to it than just playing hockey for Rick. You know.
Steven can go kind of whenever he.
That's a
chooses.
pretty political answer, though, right there, Cody. That was a pretty political answer.
If he didn't have to serve, and you guys are both able to go in, let's go off that.
I don't know. I don't think I would say.
No.
I think it'd be either one. I don't think. I don't know who. Rick's a little older.
Yeah.
You're older than me, so maybe Rick because
I'm old. Are you an 02?
Yeah, but you're a late 2000, so like you're really only.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm an early 02, like January 02.
Oh, okay. So yeah, only like 1 year, but
Yeah.
so I don't know. It would just
Depend on the
it'd be
college
interesting
development.
to see.
Well, there's a like if it depends on what happens with the April absurdity bracket on the Madison Capitals Twitter. If I win that, there's a chance it'd be me.
What if you guys go up against each other in the final, in the very final round?
I think I'd win, and yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll
Is
we'll
he
have
still
to see.
alive? Is Rick still alive?
Ricky was a 1 seed coming out of the Facebook bracket, and he's still alive.
All right, so yeah, there's a potential there could be an absolute showdown.
That'll
That'd
be
be
the
fun.
absolute final game, final
Yeah.
matchup.
That's the end game.
And then actually, so Wednesday afternoon, we posted something about picking a hashtag for this upcoming year. You know, we want to ask the fans what they are, and I guess with you two on here, what do you think that a hashtag or a slogan should be for the Caps this year?
What was the slogan the past year?
We did Fly High this past year.
Fly high.
And then 2 years ago, we did Capture the Moment.
That's difficult. It's a great question. Great question.
That is hard.
You know,
Took me a while. I think I finally got to the one that personally I like that I came up with, but we're going to see what everybody else has in store.
I like drop a gear and disappear.
You like what?
Drop a gear and disappear. Because I drive a stick shift car, and every time I dropped a gear, I'd say I drop a gear and disappear. And sometimes me and Studs on the night, if we were just taking off in a shift, you know, we'd be like, let's just drop a gear and disappear here.
Ricky, what about you? Anything?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, the Fly High one was kind of cool, obviously, with the eagle. I don't know. I'd maybe try and incorporate something like turning over a new leaf, but I don't know how I would incorporate that to a Capitals. Kind of with how the program's going now with the new coach and all that. So I don't know. That's a tough one.
Do it now. It started from the bottom, and then a couple of years you can do. Now we're here.
Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe just like whoever the representative is for the Middleton district, the state representative for the Middleton district, just his name.
I don't even know who that would be.
Maybe just his name.
I thought I rattled the brain a bit. I went with I thought about like view from the Eagle's nest, stuff like that. And I think that the one that I've sort of tossed in the ring is Gone Mad.
Gone Mad. That
I like that.
I like that one too.
Put up a poll on the whoever runs the Dollar Beer Nation account. There should be a poll.
Yeah. We should throw that one up on the DBN account as well. They'll
see what the fans
see what those college kids come up with.
Yeah, for sure. I think they can come up with some good stuff.
Yeah. Bucky West. Is that what we're calling? Because we're west of the capital.
Yeah. I like that.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming on. Obviously, different times. We would have just finished our season this past week, and with the quarantine, obviously we're gonna have to do everything over Zoom from here on out. But wanted to thank you guys for coming on, and as always, we want to thank all the first line workers, the doctors, nurses, pretty much everybody that's still in business and going around, and thank them for everything that they're doing. So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Yeah, thank you to those people. It's a tough time right now, so can't forget about those people. But thanks for having us too.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming.